This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Jeff and Al, and today we're taking a look back at some of the entertainment stories that got us all fired up. One was a story about how Todd Chrisley seemed to have turned back the clock on his face like 40 years while we all speculated he went under the knife. Steph had another take. Watch.
Okay, I don't think he's gone under the knife, and I think people automatically think if you have, there are so many amazing facials. One of my amazing good friends, Dr. Jack Zamora here in Cherry Creek, has got some fantastic technology that uses laser and J-plasmy under the skin that tightens up the muscles and can really firm up your face. You don't even need to be put to sleep. These things are possible without going under the knife. I think people are very quick to jump to fillers. Now, fillers actually change the contouring of your face, and he doesn't look that contoured to me. He looks slightly poofy. Yeah. So I would say maybe that is how he is. There's nothing wrong with having a bit of Botox. Believe me, it changes your face. I don't look like this when I'm not injected. Let's be real.
Steph, I'm sorry.
I have Botox too. I'm not against it.
That's more than, I don't know what's going on.
Like a pill? Like
literally
a magic spell.
Benjamin buttoning in front of us.
Something happened.
And we have to act like nothing's going on?
I'm happy with that. Why? No, but why do we have to care? Like, okay, if he wants to reverse the clock, no one wants to look old and wrinkly. I know I get stressed out when, like, my Botox wears off. I'm not lying. I mean, I can see it in the top of my forehead now.
I know.
It ain't making me happy.
But you look...
So let's just be okay with this.
But Steph, you look like you look appropriate, age appropriate. I think, in my opinion, that looks like he's going to a sleepover to play like Mario Kart. Like, that's weird.
It looks like he still needs somebody else in the car with him.
We're all hating on the fountain of youth. We're all hating on the fountain of youth. But you know what? Sign me up. Give me a dose. Give me a shot. Give me whatever facial he's having. I'm here for it.
He looks good. He looks like it looked natural. We've seen a lot of celebrities that have done way too many fillers and they no longer look like themselves and it doesn't look natural. His looked natural.
He looks like a Russian nesting doll. He looked insane.
What are you talking about?
The Chrisley guy?
Yeah, but what's a Russian nesting doll?
The things that are porcelain and just like there's one inside the other one.
That's called a nesting doll?
Yes.
I didn't know that was
Yes, there's one nesting inside.
Those are fun. My kids love those.
So you guys are against it?
No, here's my thing. Good for him. What did he do though? Just be like, hey, this is exactly what I did. This is the process. If you guys want to do it, be
transparent.
Yeah, like
share it, right?
Don't pretend like you woke up
for the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
With that said, speaking of my girl Steph, Steph must really know how to push my buttons because, of course, we got into it again over a story about celebrities being shy about public displays of affection. I'm sure I won. Take a look. I'm sorry. I just don't want to see any open mouth kissing in public.
Oh, God, that's dreadful.
People do it all the time.
No.
Have you been to a public park?
All right, Mr. Granddad, go home with your little petri dish and go, like, be all alone and snog in private. Let's turn all the lights off while you're at it, hey?
I don't want to see open mouth kissing at a wedding, much less out in public.
I want to see all the snogging. I'm not talking about like when things get a bit too frisky. Okay, that's another level. But I want to see people snogging. What's wrong with a snog? You're telling me you've never kissed someone, snogged someone out in public? Ow.
For people who don't know,
I say a closed mouth snog.
Snogging is kissing. Okay,
is that what that is?
What? Yeah, snogging, if you didn't know, is a French kiss or a
French
open
kissing.
mouth. Yeah,
French kissing.
Okay.
Tongue in mouth.
Oh, God.
Tongue in mouth. Exchange of saliva.
You can't do that in public. Nah, people are eating. I got my kids with me. Nah, dog. No.
How much PDA is too much for you, Jeff?
Listen, I scoff if people are holding hands. I'm like, get real.
So if somebody was sitting next to you making out, what would you do? And you could hear it.
Oh, if I could hear it? First of all, if I hear chewing loud and if I hear like a slurping of a kiss, it's going to be a problem.
Sam, what about you?
I'm right there with you guys. If I had someone sitting next to me and I could hear them like making out, I would like get up and leave.
Yeah, I think it's a part or a larger rule for public. It's like we're all here together. Like, well, let's try to not get on each other's nerves. And I think kissing, chewing, eating, humming, anything that's calling.
Okay.
No, it is not. Somebody just humming. I'll be like, oh, well, this person's about to kill me. No normal person hums during the middle of the day. That's
know what's weird? I find in the men's room, a lot of men come in, whistle or hum, and they're like.
Yes.
I'm like, so it's even more awkward because now you're whistling and
I don't
nobody
want a
just whistles.
soundtrack to you going to the bathroom.
They're trying to fill the dead air.
You don't need to. Just go. Okay.
Well, now I feel like we need to fill this dead air. All right. Al, you
to.
might have an issue about too much PDA. I do as well. But our discussion about how Alicia Keys was addicted to makeup, I revealed the one thing that bugs me about women who do this.
Oh, I remember this.
I don't remember this. Let's watch.
When I tell Jeff I have non-existent eyebrows, you freak out.
Listen, anyone with no eyebrows is a little weird, right? It's crazy. Some women I've seen like have no eyebrows and then they draw them in, and when I see them with no eyebrows, it's like.
You can't tell their expression? Is that what
No, I
it is?
can't. You're right, because I'm scared of like an expressionless face. So maybe that's part of it. So I'm like, are you like at least like I'm mad? Hey, I'm curious, right? And if you're just like no eyebrows, I'm like, what's happening, right?
Well, mine are tattooed on too because of people like you.
Me too. That's
Listen,
why.
let me say this for women. I love women with no makeup on, right? Wearing like sweat clothes. That's what I'm attracted to. That's true beauty. When you're all done up, you all ladies look beautiful. I'm not taking anything away from you. All you ladies look great with no makeup on. Tori, no, I'm just kidding. Even you, Tori, you look great. That's what I think is the best part about women. You don't need all that makeup from a man's point of view. That's just me. Sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on. That's when you're the prettiest. I hope that you don't get it wrong. Oh,
you almost got it.
You were so close.
So
What
close.
rap was that?
That was who sings that? Come on, Al.
2 Chainz?
No, not 2 Chainz. The guy from Canada, Drake.
Drake.
Oh,
got it. Okay. 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz is from Canada too, right? No. He's from Chicago, I think.
Wow.
Okay.
More dead air.
So Jeff would not be coming on to a woman with no eyebrows, but we were all left scratching our heads after Jeff pulled out this questionable pickup line. Yeah,
This is
check
good.
it out.
I was looking through like funny pickup lines, and I found one that I've never heard before but could actually work, okay? So if I came up to you at a bar, you didn't know me, and I was like, do you ever think of all the messed up things in this world while you're looking at the stars and think, why there's a D in fridge and no D in refrigerator?
What? It's the weirdest, most obscure, dumbest thing I've ever heard.
No.
And I'd be
What's
like,
it
wow,
mean?
we're not meant to be. Would you think about that a little bit and be like, that's weird that there is no D in refrigerator?
Yes.
And we'd strike up a conversation, right?
That's all. Look.
What?
Every,
Don't
That's a
lie, Al.
pickup line?
Albert,
If
Erica?
I said that to you in conversation, you two would be all over me.
You sound like the pickup artist. Did you ever see that where they ask a really obscure question and then they also wear a scarf to gain attention? Did you ever watch that series?
No.
That's a full thing from the pickup artist.
It just comes natural for me.
You know what? Whatever it is, that was an obscure observation. You just need the woman to stop for a second. If you can get her to stop and listen or look at you, that's a big thing.
Yours is the best. Tell our viewers.
You just, me and my buddy, we used to go to bars and just like find a table of girls, and I just walk over and be like, "Hey, Al Jackson, ask around," and I just walk away from the table. Did I tell you that?
That sounds
And then
like
my
a-
friend would come and
sexy.
talk to him.
That's confidence.
That sounds like a Hitch. Is that the movie?
With Will Smith?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I
yeah.
haven't seen it.
Every time I look at Sam, she's like I'm talking another language.
Sam has been a mom, and then she just walls herself out. So anything else she doesn't know.
What?
That's a good thing. You're a committed mother.
All
you
I
don't-
know is mom
Yes,
stuff.
you don't take in any new information.
Ew,
What's the latest
ew.
song you downloaded?
The latest song that I downloaded?
Perry Cuomo. Whatever his name is.
Oh, wow. What is the latest song that I downloaded? I'll get back to you on that.
First of all, when's the last time you download a song? You buy it off of iTunes.
Yeah, you download it
that's
to
the
your
same
device.
thing.
Oh, I was thinking like Napster.
Whoa, you're older than me, bro. Both of you are older than me. Nothing gets under Jeff's skin more than
Wow,
a
this is like
study
all-
or survey. Well, he really lost it when we talked about toxic
Oh, no.
positivity.
Oh, boy. Why are we
According to
doing
one
this?
expert, when bad things happen to us, we shouldn't suppress our true sadness in favor of trying to be positive or happy about it. Watch.
It's just a trigger word. Am I saying mask your emotions? Absolutely not. You have to ride your emotions. You have to ride that wave. But at the end of those emotions, positivity is what wins every time. This survey is absolute trash. Because if you believe in your head, whatever you want to do, just take losing weight, for example. If you think you can't do it, you can't lose the weight, the holidays are coming, I'm never going to do it, guess what? You can't, because you don't believe in your mind up here that you can. If you think the holidays are coming, you want to look your best for 2021, guess what? You can, because you believe it up here. It's all about positivity. Don't give me more excuses of why you can't do something and tell me toxic positivity. That's a trash word.
Jeff,
and if you believe in that, you're negative and you're never going to get your goals.
You missed your calling as a motivational speaker. You are so passionate and sincere when you speak about positivity. I really hope that at some point that you will offer.
I get frustrated sometimes when people say that because I can't get my message across because I'm not that eloquent, right? And people like don't believe in like my mindset, so it's hard to tell them what I believe in without them thinking like some sort of phony or I don't believe in it, right?
I don't agree with that either.
With you. I think you communicate in a way that's real.
Yeah, and I think that picks up. And I think people that think that they're not eloquent, you're speaking a lot of people's language.
Yeah, and you actually are quite eloquent. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. 38 years ago, Jim Belushi lost his legendary brother, John, due to a drug overdose. The tragedy inspired Jim to start a cannabis farm in Oregon. I caught up with him earlier to talk about his new reality show, which follows his farming adventures. Take a look. Jim Belushi, welcome to DBL. I'm a huge fan of yours. For people who don't know, you must be living under a rock. You're an actor, a comedian, singer, musician, and now with 93 acres of land in Oregon, you could add farmer to that list. How did you decide what you're going to do with all that land, Jim?
You know what? I bought a little cabin-like place and built a house on the Rogue River in Southern Oregon on like 13 acres. And then the property behind me was an 80-acre farm that was up for sale. So I bought it, and then I didn't know what to grow. And cannabis became recreational and legal at that moment. I went, well, it's the new agriculture. Let's see what this is all about. It's a lot of marijuana.
You recently posted a photo of your late brother, John, on the Belushi Farm Instagram with the caption, "If my brother John was a pothead, he'd still be here today." How has his story influenced what you're doing on your farm right now?
I believe that. You know, opiates is a huge crisis. I mean, where there are dispensaries, the counties that have dispensaries, the opiate overdoses are down 25%. I mean, cannabis is a path off of opiates for veterans and overprescribed patients, a path to relieve anxiety, inflammation, sleeplessness, depression, Alzheimer's, even hopelessness. All this is a part of wellness in cannabis, and that is part of the show.
Yeah, and I would imagine there's a steep learning curve with this industry, which I'm sure, like you said, we'll get to see on your new show, Growing Belushi. Do you have any stories of farming mishaps that maybe you could share with us right now?
That's all the show is about, are my mishaps. I mean, the learning curve is steep, and I am slipping down this curve, just grabbing onto the road, trying to hang on. Let me tell you, it's for an actor to become a farmer, it was costly, not only financially, but emotionally, you know, and I learned a lot.
You're a farmer now. Does this mean you're done with Hollywood?
No, I do both. Why not? One isn't in contrast to the other. Actually, I've married both of them together. I'm farming and I film it too. So I can bring everything I know together.
Exactly. Mike Tyson's also a farmer. He's got a ranch, I think, out in Las Vegas. Would you fight him for title of best farmer?
Never. He can have it.
I thought I'd just throw it in there. Jim Belushi, thank you so much for joining us here on DBL. I love that guy. You can watch Growing Belushi on Discovery. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. Jana Kramer's husband Mike Caussin's marriage has been making headlines for all the wrong reasons. He's admitted to cheating with multiple women and she struggled with trusting him again, obviously. But earlier they told Erica that they're ready to use the bad for good. Check it out.
She was a rising star in Hollywood and Nashville. He was a professional football player. When they met, their romance moved fast. From engagement to marriage to expecting their first child, all within a year. But with the highs came lows. A cheating scandal split the couple apart. But Jana returned to Mike's side when he later admitted to having a sex addiction. Now, the couple says they're stronger than ever with 2 kids and is passing on their learned life lessons to other couples in a new book, The Good Fight. Welcome, Jana and Mike, to Daily Blast Live.
Hey, Erica, thanks for having us.
Well, thanks for being here, and we're going to jump right in because every couple has their own dirty laundry, but not every couple reveals theirs in a book. So what do you say to the people who believe relationship issues maybe should stay in the bedroom?
I mean, I definitely think, there's some truth to that. There's certain things that we don't tell our friends, but I also think being open and vulnerable with your friends is sometimes can really help a relationship. I know a lot of times couples that we've known and friends that we've had, like once they've expressed kind of their issues, it doesn't hold as much weight for them and they might have a better relationship. So I think sometimes sharing is actually a really healthy thing for the relationship.
Mike, you've done more than just control the narrative. You've been very open about your addiction issues. And most of the time when someone is open about something like addiction that they're battling, people applaud them for their transparency because they're helping other people who might be going through it. But when we talk about sex addiction, many people are still coming around to the understanding that it is in fact a real addiction. So how do you deal with people who don't believe it's a real condition?
That's a great question. And it's unfortunate because I do feel that way at times where, if I was in AA or, in 12-step program for drugs or anything else, you get a little bit more pat on the back and empathy and support in the fact that my addiction isn't socially accepted yet. And society is about 10 to 15 years behind, the ball on that. There's a lot more shame involved in it. And, I have my moments where I might feel uncomfortable in a moment because maybe someone's judging me a little bit more because they don't believe in sex addiction or think it's a married man's excuse and all of this. But you know what? It's my truth. It's the life that I live, and that's all that matters to me. And fortunately, over time, I've been able to get more comfortable with that. And I have an amazing wife that supports me. So that's really all that matters to me.
Okay, so let's dive more into the book. Now, you share the advice to, quote, claim your baggage. And sometimes that baggage is infidelity. So when a relationship is built on trust and that trust is broken, is it possible to fully trust that person again?
It's hard when you're living with an addict. Do I trust Michael today? Yeah, I do. He's showing up today as a husband. He's shown up as a father today. The problem with our relationship is like every time you start to trust, something would happen, and then it's just you can never hold on to anything. So now if we get a couple good years in us where we feel like, okay, like he's been straight and we've been good, then I can be like, okay, I can trust this a little bit more. But I think it just takes time, and it takes a lot of goodwill and a lot of love in the bank.
Well, I appreciate the love in the bank thing because really you're talking about your baggage and bringing it up in a relationship. And do you think that it's important that you have certain amounts of deposits of love in the bank before you start bringing up your baggage? Or do you think that it's something that should be brought up maybe before, all of those deposits are made?
Even when I met him, I was like, look, I've been married 2 times before. I have daddy issues. I've got this, I've got that. And I'm like, you kind of take it or you leave it. Like, I want a kid. I want to get married.
Right.
Maybe I was a little, but it worked in the beginning.
Yeah, she got it.
But I don't know.
I think it depends on what age you're at and level of maturity.
Right. Well, Jana, to be honest, I am a lot like you in terms of I just put it all out there like, listen, this is it. I'm remarried. I told my now husband that, listen, I'm a divorcee. I have these issues, blah, blah, blah. Like, basically, this is what it is. I was very transparent in the beginning. And, I do believe that helped at least manage expectations of who we were and what we were both bringing to the table. Well, I thank you and Mike because I really do appreciate your honesty and transparency. I know that you are helping other people get through and make their relationships better. Their best-selling book, The Good Fight, is on bookstore shelves now. And if you need more Mike and Jana in your life, you can also check out their award-winning podcast, Wind Down. We will be right back.
Thanks, girl.
Welcome back to DBL. How fun to look back at those times where we're either heated or laughing uncontrollably.
That's us. It really is. It's us. It's just like an encapsulation of the whole year.
Or poking.
Oh, little. We need to bring that into the every show.
That's
Yes, to 2021. DBL's new Everyday. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye, guys.